Yeah, I think the big story going forward is the humidity levels are really going to ramp all the way up to Saturday. And then we do have storm chances right now. The good news is Friday night looks good. I don't think any storms. The problem is Saturday, and we still don't have the details to work out, but that could impact also Saturday night. But we do have more humidity. You'll start noticing it tomorrow a little bit. We do have the thunderstorms in the afternoon. The chances and coverage, I think, might be a little higher than we saw for Wednesday evening. And this continue overnight as kind of this boundary or warm front, you could call it really, lifts all the way north of the area. And that sets up the stage for a very warm, muggy air mass that'll be here on the 4th. But dry, as I mentioned, too. And then we'll start seeing that change in the air mass come Sunday into Monday. So really, overall, this pattern continues. All these systems are kind of riding over up to the Dakotas and diving south. We're right on the edge here where these waves come through and the boundaries. So as we go through tomorrow evening, we're going to see all this activity start to blossom up and develop. And that's where we're going to see it late evening, probably even overnight as it begins to lift north. Now, by the time we get to Friday morning, this cloud cover and precipitation will start lifting north of the area, and then we're dry, as you can notice right there. But that front doesn't really get into the area, not until maybe Saturday evening, Saturday morning, excuse me. Even Saturday morning, too, as you notice, it's still back to the west. So we might wake up with Saturday morning being dry, too, at the moment. That could change, but for right now, it does look that way. Overall, for tomorrow, it's going to be fairly quiet until about 2 to 3 p.m. And then you start seeing that boundary up to the north is going to sink a little bit south. And then you're going to see scattered showers and a few storms develop just along I-94 or east. The other area to watch is northeast Iowa, southeast Minnesota. That'll be more later, but you'll expect to see some development there also as we get towards the nighttime right there, a little bit of activity. Overnight, this whole thing's going to lift north. So I think the better shot for thunderstorms may come Thursday night as that thing lifts north. Now, we do have a severe risk. We saw some of that already today outside of the area, but that is a possibility with you get some of these storms that pop up. Very small storms, but they could be potentially severe. So we'll have to track that out towards the evening and overnight hours. Tomorrow's highs could see a few 90s. The humidity will start increasing, so it's going to feel a little bit more uncomfortable. That storms late afternoon or evening. And then Friday, we look at the July 4th, upper 80s, low 90s, definitely warm, muggy conditions, but dry, and dry conditions will likely stay all the way to Friday night. Unfortunately, it is going to be muggy as we go. Look at these temperatures at 8 to 10 p.m. for Eau Claire. You're barely getting down to 84 at 10 p.m. That doesn't count the humidity levels, which the heat index will be a little bit warmer. As you see, La Crosse, very similar, but dry conditions and muggy. And speaking of the heat and see, as we go to the afternoon hours, right there we're 96, 97. By 5 p.m., we're kind of peaking about 96, 97, but look at what it is at about 7 p.m. We're still in the low to mid 90s. As the sun sets, we're still upper 80s, low 90s. So definitely stay hydrated out there, even during the evening hours, even when it's dark. It's going to be fairly muggy conditions, and that's a story really for going forward. We'll kind of detail how the storms will handle Saturday. There's a lot of questions on what's going to go on, but it does look like people will get wet Saturday and Saturday night at some point, and then much cooler and much less humidity comes back for Sunday and early next week with back in the low 80s, upper 70s. So that will be a nice refreshing change. But for the moment, stay hydrated for the next several days and then keep your eye on Saturday, and we'll kind of time that out as we get closer to the day.
Yeah, hopefully that percentage will go down though.
We'll see.
Just a bit at least. All right, thank you, Greg.